So this plan of Trump's to put a 50% tariff on copper imports into the United States as of August 1st looks like it'll be bad news for U.S. industry. It'll have to pay more for this crucial metal. But it could be good for producers and processors of the red metal within the United States. America brings in right now about 50% of its refined copper. Let's get more from a guy who plans to open a mine, a copper mine, in America soon. He is the president and CEO of Taseko Mines, Stuart McDonald. Stuart, thanks very much for coming on the show.
Hi, Andy. Yeah, thanks for having me.
So we know you best, of course, you've got that Gibraltar mine in Canada, and according to BMO, that's by far your biggest, most valuable asset, something like worth about $2.3 billion. But one thing we really want to, and we'll talk about that in a minute if that's okay, but we really want to hear about this Florence project. BMO thinks that's worth about $1.4 billion, different ways of calculating it, of course. So tell us about this Florence mine in Arizona. Will this be more valuable if Trump puts on a big tariff on copper imports?
It's certainly, no, it's an exciting project, I think, regardless of tariffs. It's something we've been working on a long time, and right on the cusp now of bringing that new mine into production, with first copper expected before the end of this calendar year. And certainly the tariffs, it was surprising, frankly, to see that announcement earlier this week, a 50% tariff. And I guess it remains to be seen what actually gets implemented. Mm-hmm. But, in terms of the Florence project, as you said, that could be very positive. What we're seeing in the market today is a premium for copper that is produced and sold inside the U.S. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing at Florence. So we'll be producing refined copper cathode, and we expect to market that and sell it to U.S. domestic manufacturers. So, yeah, at COMEX premium today is around 25%, I believe. Mm-hmm. If a 50% tariff gets implemented, we should see a 50% premium, and Florence will absolutely realize some significant financial benefit from that.
So you're calling this an in-situ copper recovery operation. So what does that mean? What technology will you be using to get the metal out?
Yeah, it's in-situ copper recovery. It's quite an innovative mining method, a number of real environmental and cost benefits from it. What we're doing is drilling a well field into the ore body and injecting mining solutions into the ore. We have a highly fractured ore body, and we're actually able to leach that copper in situ and pump it to surface. And then on surface, we produce copper cathode through a conventional electrowinning process. So it's pretty exciting. A number of, obviously low cost mining. We're not digging a hole. Also very low energy consumption, low GHG emissions, etc. So a number of really positive attributes from this mining method.
And just remind me, is that common for getting copper out? I mean, we're used to seeing giant 300-ton trucks and massive holes on the ground. Is this a widespread use, solution mining like this?
It's not common in copper, no. And it is very common in uranium mining. It accounts for roughly 50% of global uranium production. But it's something different for copper. We have a very unique deposit at Florence with a highly fractured ore body. And one of the important things we did 7 years ago, we built and operated a production test facility, which really proved out the mining method on this deposit. We produced over 1 million pounds of copper cathode. That test work went very well. We then went back and updated our feasibility study, completed the permitting. Now we're ramping it up to commercial scale. So pretty exciting to be getting going on this later this year. So
just going with BMO estimates here, they think that Gibraltar next year will produce almost 60,000 tons of copper. That's your mine in BC. Florence will be only 16,000 tons. But of course you're ramping up, but then that'll double to about 30,000 tons the following year.
Yeah, like Gibraltar has really been our foundational asset. It produces on average about 60,000 tons a year, life of mine average. Florence next year, as you said, next year is a bit of a ramp up year. Mm-hmm. But when we hit production there, or capacity at Florence in 2027, it should be around 38,000 tons a year of production capacity. So that's a very meaningful growth. for Taseko takes us close to 100,000 tons a year. Yeah, and then we're upwards from there. It's really a transformative event for us, and I think we're very unique to have that kind of immediate growth in front of us here. So, yeah.
So the copper that you get out of Florence, where will you send it? Where will it be processed? Does it have to be smelted and refined in the traditional way?
No, it's already a finished product. It is 99.99% pure copper. It's copper cathode, so it's ready to be used. We'll sell it. We're partnered with Mitsui that's assisting us with the marketing, but expect to sell it to U.S. domestic copper users. You know, it could be electric vehicle manufacturers, could go into renewable energy infrastructure, copper wire. You know, it's copper is pervasive. You know, it's everywhere, and there's huge demand inside the U.S. for it, obviously, right now, and that's partly why you're seeing. It's such a critical mineral for the U.S. That's why you're seeing some of these tariff policies. So yeah, Florence is perfectly positioned to capitalize on that opportunity.
Let's have a look maybe at a 5-year chart for your stock if we didn't already. But that's interesting because America, apparently a big problem is they just don't have the smelters and refineries like many nations in the West, we've let that industrial infrastructure atrophy. We thought, the Chinese will do it. So you don't need those huge installations.
No, that's right. We don't. It's, as I said, it's refined metal. It's perfect timing to be bringing on an operation like this. I think our view of tariff policy. I mean, we're as a North America focused copper company, we're supportive of policies that grow copper production in North America, because you're absolutely right. You know, we've let our industry slip a little bit in the last decade or two, and we need to catch up, and we need to be self-sufficient for metals here in Canada and the U.S. So,
we've only a couple of seconds. Have you had direct funding or any kind of partnership with the Department of Defense or anything like that? We're very tight for time.
No, we're fully funded. We've done it without any government assistance. It's a very attractive project with high returns, and it stands on its own as a very marketable and attractive project for financiers. And as I said, we attracted Mitsui as a partner. We've got other project financing, so we're ready to go.
Stuart, thank you very much indeed.
Okay, thanks, Andy.
Stuart McDonald, CEO of Taseko Mines, TKO.